You tell him we made the drop and everything went,
Oh, yeah, how'd it go?
went all right. Dude's car got a little dinged up.
We didn't make the fucking handoff, man. They didn't get the fucking money.
We're here. We're live.
Hey!
Come on, Tony.
I'm all right, thanks, mate. Are you?
It's real good. What the hell is that? It's like a gallon of diarrhea.
This is typical English tea.
English tea. And has it got like
Yeah.
period blood in it? I mean, why is it that color?
It's supposed to be that colour.
That's supposed
It's,
to be that color. Tea is black in this country. Or brown.
Yeah, and you drink it fucking cold as well, you weirdos. It's like, no, you don't drink cold tea. You drink hot tea with milk or honey or lemon or
There's milk in there.
yeah.
Oh my god. That's bizarre, dude. That's like one of those people that eat cereal with water. You know? That's a strange
It's not that bad.
They're regular nerds. They're eating Cheerios with Budweiser.
Budweiser, yeah.
But yeah, I reached out to a couple guys to see if they were available to do this stream. When was a good time? And I watched another 5 movies. Tony watched another 5 movies, and Tony was supposed to be the last one. We just couldn't make it work with the schedules.
Yeah, it was a little late for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Alan was going to do this one. It just didn't work out. He's got about 1 million streams coming up this month. A lot of those.
Yeah, he's got a lot on it.
Yeah. So it'll be whoever can do it, whenever you can do it. It's not a big deal. But just kind of the typical, it's like a bullshit stream with format, at least. Kind of figure out what we got going on.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the one that you and Alan did, and I thought it was really chilled out. It was nice and relaxed. It was at a nice pace. It was shoot the shit, not too in depth. You know what I mean? It was good. You know what I mean? I think it's a good idea. It's a good format. So yeah, we'll give it a whirl.
Get some recommendations. Give some recommendations. Hopefully, get some people to avoid some blind buys. Maybe make some blind buys.
Yeah.
But yeah, get recommendations ourselves. We're always looking for new crap to watch.
All the time.
Yeah. Well, new crap pre-1995.
Yeah.
But let's go through the chat and we'll get going. Sean Blue Digital, what's going on, man?
Hello, Sean.
Sure, Sean will be making an appearance sooner or later. Magic Hands, what's going on? Sydney Eubanks, what's up?
Hello, Sydney.
Rob, what's going on, man?
Rob, hello, man. You all right?
Yeah, we don't get Tony on very much. Just the time schedule and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, he's gigging on the weekends. He's doing this thing with HMV. He's like Mr. Hollywood now. But if you are a UK watcher watching this, because we're multi-streaming, Tony's got a cool event coming up. I'm sure he'll talk about that later, but it's a really cool idea. I've told him like 15 times, if I'm in town, I'll stop by. So
yeah,
next time
totally do it.
Area,
Yeah.
show up for that. Caveman, what's going on, man?
Hello, Kevin.
Allie, can't stay.
Allie.
Yeah, cool, Allie. Good to see you. Sydney, Alfred Hitchcock, what are your favorite movies from him? I mean, right off the bat, Psycho.
Yeah, Vertigo.
Yeah, I think The Birds are my favorite.
Yeah, Birds. Rear Window's a good one.
Yeah, with the I like the Bigfoot version of Rear Window better.
Right.
They made a Bigfoot movie that's like Rear Window.
Really?
Yeah. It's really good. But yeah, we'll talk about that on the Bigfoot stream. Maybe it'll come up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say The Birds for me and Psycho. Probably Psycho. Obviously, pretty obviously that's my number one.
Yeah, Psycho's it's a classic, isn't it? You can't go wrong with it. But I mean, there's a 13 disc. Is it a 13 disc set out of Hitchcock films?
Dude,
some of the stuff.
I don't know. There are multiple. I believe they're in segments, like 4 movie segments, I believe. You know,
Yeah, I think the
volume-
Blu-rays or the 4Ks were, yeah, but I think the original DVD release, I think that was a 13 disc set. I do have it, and I picked it up a while back off a car boot sale for like 50 pence, like for next to nothing. And there was even some films in there that I'd never come across, I'd never even heard, and I've still not even got around to watching, to be honest.
Well, Sasha, who's in the chat all the time, pointed out, you know, everybody hates remakes. I get it, you know, whatever. You got your old sad bastards in their front yard and shaking their fists. No remakes.
Yeah,
Alfred Hitchcock remade movies. So
yeah,
The Godfather, literally The Godfather did remakes. Why can't anybody else do it? But that's
yeah.
for another day. We're here to talk about the crazy shit that Tony's been watching.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, there's probably one or two.
Yeah, there's a couple. It's quite mild, really, for me, to be honest. This 5, so
Yeah, he's tired. All that shopping is worn him out. He's just like, this dude has just been on a nonstop supermarket sweep level shopping spree this whole time. I mean,
it's
for months now it's just pouring in over there.
yeah, it's unusual for me, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
not
mean?
typical Tony. Your wife has got to be thinking there's got to be a chemical imbalance or something's going on here.
Yeah, there's something quite not right. But there just seems to be loads of stuff just coming out all at once. I had a really barren spell of all the companies not turning out anything that I either wanted or liked. So for a long, at least 18 months, virtually anything came out for me, really. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, every man and his dog's turning something out now.
Yeah.
So I've got pre-order stuff coming in. I've got pre-order stuff coming like into next year now. You know what I mean? So it's and again, I don't normally pre-order, but this kind of stuff I will do. It's I've had some good stuff coming recently.
Yeah, it's been a good year. And we're just getting into the meat of it now.
Yeah.
Rob, he's in both chats. Cool, man.
Nice one, man.
Pop's Movie Does.
Hello.
Hey guys, sorry couldn't make it tonight. Watching in the background, looking forward to see what the shit you guys watched. Yeah, he got a bunch of shit in today, so I'm sure he's playing with that. And he's the kind of guy, if he gets it in, plastic's coming off 30 seconds later, art cards are going left and right. I mean, he's ripping into boxes right now.
Yeah, those movie vault sets that he was showing on his last video. I mean, they're a behemoth of an edition. They're huge.
Yeah, you got 2 more in today. 2001 and Apollo 13, I think. That's probably about as boutique a set as you're going to get. Yeah,
but what I will say though is, Alan, if you're watching or if you can hear me, mate, stop buying from Amazon UK and just come to Uncle Tony. He'll sort you out. He'll put it in nice boxes. He'll package it up nice and lovely for you. I won't put fucking shit in a jiffy bag and then send it fucking 4,000 miles in a plane so it gets to you damaged. Uncle Tony will look after you. Stop going to Amazon UK.
Yeah, that's funny. That really is funny. Because I'm sure he's in the chat right now going, God damn it, why didn't I think of that?
It's what I'm here for.
There's no.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
There's no
beautiful, but
yeah, you're not gonna find another one. So you.
I've looked. Yeah, I've looked over here, and there's a couple of guys selling over here, but they're like 75 to 100 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's quite a bit more. Yeah, I'm sure right now he's kicking himself. He should have thought of that.
Yeah, I don't know why he just doesn't reach out. Just, you know what I mean? I need this. Can you send it to me? Yeah, of course I can.
Yeah, but this is what happens when Alan orders something. All right, it's done.
Excitement takes hold. Everything's out the window.
About a week later, somebody else will be talking about it and go, you know what? I'm going to make sure I order that. And then I'll order a second. And then I'll just set it down. So it is, you know, I'm sure next time or something like that, we'll think about it. I know you wanted that poster too, really bad, that didn't come to his set. I got a question here
Yeah.
for Tony, Psychomantis. Tony, what's your 80s cartoon that you like to see on Blu-ray that hasn't gotten a physical release yet?
Oh, that's a big one. On Blu-ray. There's probably a couple. I mean, virtually everything's had a physical release now. You know what I mean? There's been DVDs released for years and years. But I would love to see Ulysses 31 on a Blu-ray. I mean, it looks good on DVD anyway. To see it on a Blu-ray, if it got a remaster, would look nice. The problem is with a lot of the stuff, the 80s cartoon stuff that goes to Blu-ray, none of it is remastered or upscaled. It's basically SD video on a Blu-ray disc, just so they can fit more content on a disc.
Yeah.
So there's very, very few and far between that have had remasters. In fact, I can't think of any. Well, Silverhawks is another one. We never got Silverhawks in the UK. That was a US release only from Mill Creek. I'd like to see that. Brave Star was another one. We never got a release of Brave Star in the UK. That was a Mill Creek release in the US only. I've got those on DVD, and for what they are, they're good. But I'd take any of the sort of like big stuff on Blu-ray if they was going to do something with it. I think the ones that you'll probably see down the line, you'll definitely see He-Man, Master of the Universe. That's a given. I think you'll definitely see Thundercats. That's another given, because the big sellers, the big titles, if they did a remaster on those and put them onto Blu-ray, I think they'd do really, really well. Some of the other stuff I don't think would do well at all. It never really did that well on DVD, so...
Yeah, there's nothing worse when you get a Blu-ray and it's really not a Blu-ray. It's just, for space issues. The Germans do that a lot. A lot. And Warner Brothers do it quite a bit with on-demand discs. So I've got quite a few US Region 1 Warner Brothers titles that were manufactured on demand discs, MODs. They do the same with the Blu-rays as well. So Warner Brothers started putting out some old Hanna-Barbera shows from sort of like mid to late 70s onto Blu-ray. So everyone was getting really hyped about it. And then when they came out, they were just standard definition. So it was exactly the same as what you had on the DVD. Just instead of it being a 4-disc set, now it's a 2-disc set or a 1-disc set, because they can cram more onto the Blu-ray. You're not getting any more. It's not looking any better. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. I don't think these companies will pour money into stuff like that. You know what I mean? As much as it saddens me, and I do love it. I just don't think anybody will give it the time.
Yeah, the cartoons, it seems like it's all streaming. It's all streaming with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's we'll run off the chat and we'll get started here. Rob said, sorry to Caveman. Alan saying hi to everybody. Choose one, The House that Jack Built or American Psycho. Dude, that's not even close. I mean, American Psycho all day, dude.
American Psycho.
House that Jack Built. I mean, they are similar movies. I get what he's saying. They both have ambiguous endings. Or do they? But yeah, American Psycho, dude, that is such a... The movie's made in 2000, 1999, 2000. But if you didn't know those actors were modern actors, you'd swear it was 80s. I mean, the score, the look of it, everything about it. They did such a good job with that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of American Psycho.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It holds up really well.
Yeah, I mean, because somehow it's not dated. You know, like, I mean, you would swear it was 80s. I don't know, there's something about the movies about it.
Yeah, everything about it. It is really good.
The New Order soundtrack.
Yeah.
Rob Romano. The Stardom cartoons series was awesome in the 80s. I still have the toys in a tote somewhere. I'm not familiar with that cartoon.
I think it's a typo. That I think you mean Stircom.
Oh, Stircom.
Yeah. Stircom. Yeah, Stircom's a great show, underappreciated show. Not many people talk about it. It only had one DVD release in the UK, and I think off the top of my head, there's only 8 episodes on it as well. So that for some reason, that's all we got in the UK. But yeah, Stircom, great show. Yeah, sci-fi show.
Rob talking to Pops. Alan saying, yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Dude, I've done it loads of times for you. Do you know what I mean? If you want this stuff, just hit me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think, he may not have thought that I think Amazon UK was probably his backup, and he was probably expecting to get it. If I remember correctly, he was going to get it from Orbit locally.
Orbit.
And Orbit didn't get it in. Like Orbit, they didn't give Orbit any. So I think Amazon UK was his backup, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And you do that because you can cancel with Amazon.
Yeah.
Like if Orbit was going to get it, they were going to get it a couple weeks early, type of thing. And then so he would get it from Orbit. Well, Orbit, I think, even refunded his pre-order money, if I remember correctly. And
right.
Amazon UK was the backup, and then so it was like, good thing I placed the backup, so just let it go. That was, I believe, it was
yeah.
Starcom. Yep, yeah, it was a typo.
Yep.
Texas, what's going on, man?
Hello, Texas.
Corey, Wokies, movies, and more. What's going on, man?
Am I okay?
You're saying, hey. All right, we will see what first one Tony has watched here recently.
So we've done a Toby Hooper stream before, and everybody has got a love for Toby Hooper. And this was one film that I couldn't find for a while, and it's not a really well-known film of his. But I would suggest if anyone can get a copy of it, give it a watch, because it is really, really good. And I watched this one earlier. Was it? I think it was last week. And it's Toby Hooper's Spontaneous Combustion.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, really, really good film. Completely sort of under the radar of Toby Hooper stuff. If you watch the film, it feels a little bit like a TV film. It's got that sort of quality to it. It doesn't feel like a big budget film, but it doesn't feel like a B movie. It's like it's caught in the middle somewhere, and I think that was probably its downfall. But it's really good. Come out in 1989. It's a typical sort of film of the time. It's like 93 minutes long. It's weirdly as well, and it doesn't even say it on the front. Brad Dourif takes the main role in it. He's really, really, really good in it. And like the title would suggest, it's about spontaneous combustion, and it's about a young couple, sort of like in their early 20s, in the sort of, I want to say the mid 40s. Being given a drug, and they're being given a drug over a 12-month period and monitored. And the whole idea of the drug that they're being given is if there was nuclear war, then the drug that's in your system would repel the nuclear radiation, so you wouldn't get radiation poisoning. And they sit this young couple out in the middle of an atom blast, and they get covered in radiation. And lo and behold, they don't die from it. They've got no radiation poison at all. But then 12 months down the line, the lady in question becomes pregnant. And as she gives birth to a son, she spontaneously human combusts. And then the second she combusts, her husband combusts as well. And then the sort of film cuts forward to the present day, which would have been sort of 80s. And it's quite clear that Brad Dourif doesn't know what's happened to his parents, but scientists are still monitoring him.
Yeah.
And as the film goes through, he develops sort of these powers where he can self-combust himself, but he can control it. But when he can control it, he can make others combust. But the more he combusts, the more he burns. But the more he burns, the stronger his powers go. To the end, at the end, he just sort of like burns himself into nothing. But he's like wiping people out, but it's as though they've got him and another woman that they've been running experiments on. They're sort of thinking about using them as sort of like tactical weapons, like espionage kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really good film, and not enough people talk about it at all. I think it's because it's got that. I don't think it was a made-for-TV film. I think it was probably a direct-to-video film. But it's got that feel about it. It feels a little bit low budget, but not low budget enough to be a B movie, if you want to. But it's a really, really good film. It's really entertaining. It's definitely got Tobe Hooper written all over it. And if you've never seen it, check it out. I mean, I've got an old ex-rental VHS tape of it. But in the UK, for some reason, it never even got a standalone DVD release. It always got double packed with another movie from Hollywood DVD, and I can't think what the other film was. And they were like compressed onto one disc, and it looked a bit shitty. And to be honest, the VHS looked better than what the DVD did. But for some reason, no one's ever picked this film up. No one's ever picked it up. No one's ever put it to Blu-ray. No, for some reason, it just seems forgot about now. And I don't know why, because it's quite entertaining. It looks quite good. I mean, I don't think you'll be able to see much off the back there, but it's like that's Brad Dourif when he's burning up.
When we did that Hooper stream, I looked into it. I don't believe there was a good release to buy to check it out.
No,
from what I remember,
which is a shame. Which is a shame.
Have that made for TV more, about it.
Definitely. I think if I'm right in thinking, there is a version of it up on YouTube. So if people want to check it out, you can stream it off YouTube. It's probably the rip of this VHS, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's watchable. But no, it's really entertaining. You know what I mean? It's a good little film that I don't think enough people have either heard of or seen. You know what I mean? And it's from one of the masters as well, which is a shame that it's no one's ever picked it up and done something with it.
I mean, separate from TCM and Poltergeist, TCM 2, it seems like everything else he did is overlooked.
Yeah,
which is a real shame. I mean, Eaten Alive is a masterpiece.
I mean,
it's not, but it is so entertaining.
Yeah, but it is. And same with Life Force. I mean, everyone fucking laughs at me for liking Life Force.
Yeah.
But I think it's brilliant. You know what I mean? It's a really, really good film of its time.
That is where we disagree. I can't stand that movie. But it does have a big following, big cult following, and it Funhouse is another one that nobody's ever seen for some reason. It never comes up, but it's a really good Hooper movie. All right, technically this would be in the list, but I've talked about this movie so many times. I'm not gonna bore you to death with this. Everybody knows how I feel about this movie. It's like Alan saying, "Okay, so I watched Jaws for the 90th time." This movie I bought in the Severance sale. I'd seen it before. I wasn't hot on it at all, and it was just I bought it to kind of complete the trilogy of this guy's feature films. And it's Perdita Durango, 1997. 2-hour runtime. It's definitely too long. Alex de la Iglesia. He made Day of the Beast, Action Mutante, which is a fantastic movie.
I still need to watch that.
This is his first movie. Second movie was Day of the Beast, and this is his third movie. It's got Rosie Perez, Harvey Bardem, James Gandolfini. There's some names in it, but the story's just a mess. It's just a fucking mess. It's the story of this broad who's like an ex-hooker in Mexico, and she's trying to get – I can't even remember. She's trying to get across the country. I don't remember exactly what the issue is. She runs into Javier Bardem, who's this like bank robbing scumbag who's also a smuggler, and he gets a job to smuggle these fetuses across into Las Vegas from Mexico. And I think they're cloned fetuses. I don't remember. It is just a mess. It's like this like satanic voodoo mixed in with, I don't know what is going on in this movie at all. It just It's not cohesive. It's just junk. That's the best word to describe it. It's just a swing and a miss, and you just think like he is such a talent, and this story. I don't know why he did this. It just has it makes no sense. Yeah, and of course, and Rosie Perez. It doesn't help that I can't fucking stand her. I can't stand to hear her talk. I hate her long baboon jaws that she's got. I hate everything about her face. I hate everything about her. But I'm a big Javier Bardem fan, so I'm a huge Danny fan. But this movie did not make any sense. I cannot recommend it. I think I gave it 1.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. It's bizarre. I mean, maybe if you're on drugs, I don't know what to tell you. It's just junk. I can't recommend it at all to anyone. You should be embarrassed if you like this movie.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, check it out, dude.
Yeah. Of that scathing review,
this one I highly recommend.
See that I want to watch. That I need to get a copy of.
This I highly recommend. Now, this is right up your alley. I mean, this is a winner all day. And on the strength of this movie, I bought this movie. He's made other movies, but these were his features. He made feature films. He made 3 feature films in a row. His first movie was this, and they gave him like a big budget to do this, and it worked out great. And the second movie, Day of the Beast, was also good. And then he's made other stuff, but these were his features. Anyway, I hope if somebody likes this movie, great. But maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. But I got it because it was his one of his 3 features, and I don't know, not for me. Let's put it that way.
It's like I say, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I can't recommend it because it's a 2-hour waste of your time. Like I said, I'd like to say it has its charms, but it really doesn't. I can't think of anything that I thought was interesting or involving. It's just not cohesive. It's clunky. It just doesn't work. It doesn't even move along. And there's multiple stories. Like they kidnap these 2 white kids in Mexico for no reason. And it's not like they needed them or anything like that. And then they just kind of drag them around for no reason. And at one point they just let them go. And I don't know. But yeah, Perdita Durango is horrible. I always rank them, and that would be the bottom by far. And then Day of the Beast would be 2, which is also great. And then Action Mutante, Mutant Action is hilarious. And it's a winner for sure.
Yeah, like I said, that's the one I've been wanting to watch. Ever since you picked it up, you mentioned it, then I had a look into it, and I thought, I need to grab this.
All you have to do is watch that trailer and watch a hunchback bust out of a wedding cake and gun down the entire wedding procession. What you don't see is the bride. The reason he busts out of the cake is the bride cuts into the cake and stabs the hunchback with the knife, and he screams and bursts out of the cake and just starts shooting everybody. Where else are you going to see something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's catch up here. All right. Alan says Jaws never came to orbit. I got 3 others from orbit, but had to get Jaws from Amazon. Okay, so it wasn't going to be from orbit. Okay. Chris, what's up?
Hello, Chris.
Alan says, take a drink every time Tony says combust. Yeah. There's some kind of like real conspiracy with spontaneous combustion. Like they've found evidence that it has happened to humans, and they've all been like heavy drinkers or something. There's something with that.
Yeah, I've got a couple of books that talks about it. It's an interesting topic.
Yeah, it's like how the hell could that happen? But apparently it can. some way.
Yeah.
Sydney, 5 movies I watched recently were To Live and Die in L.A., Thief,
Good.
Another 48
Yes.
Hours, American
Yes.
History X, and Set It
Ooh,
Off.
American History X.
Those are all winners.
American History X. Yeah. I can never get past the point with American History X. As soon as someone mentions that film, I can never get past the curb stomp. Just the noise. You don't
The
even
noise
have to see it.
Of the teeth scraping when he's
Yeah,
just
he's
setting him up
just-
to do it. He's setting him
Yeah.
up to do it, and the teeth kind of scrape the sidewalk there.
Just
By the way, what are they called in your country? They're not called sidewalks. What are they called? Pavement.
pavements.
Which make I've seen people argue about that. I'm like, do you know how stupid you sound? It's for people on the side of the road to walk on them, but you call them pavements. And it's just like, they're not called
Yeah.
sidewalks, you morons. They're called pavements. Okay, man. All right. Aluminum, sure. That's I could see
Aluminium.
I could see that a little bit, but pavements over sidewalks, it's in the name. It's on the side of the road. You walk on them.
Sounds more classy though, doesn't it? Pavement.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, it's a great film, American History X. Really, really is. It's not one I can go back and revisit regular, but when you do, it is really, really good.
Yeah. And Set It Off, that's a good little heist movie. You know, it's all broads.
Yeah.
Robin Banks in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it. I know the film. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's not bad. Okay. Chris C says he loves Funhouse and Life Force. A lot of fans of Life Force. I know that.
Yeah, Life Force is great.
It's very, very British.
100% British. You know what I mean?
It's not what it's a very easy movie to place. You know.
Yeah, it's only short of sporting tea and cricket. You know what I mean? It is quintessential British, and I think that's one of the reasons I've always loved it, because it's over the top, sort of like nonsensical British. It's crazy, but it's brilliant at the same time.
Yeah, you think British, you think Life Force. I think British, I think Austin Powers. A Canadian man of Scottish heritage playing a secret agent, a British secret agent.
Yeah, most people when they think British think Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. They think everyone from England sounds like that, and we don't. You know what I mean?
A street thug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they think everyone's got a Cockney accent.
Yeah. Texas saying Day of the Beast is excellent. Yeah, man, that's a lot of fun. Good Christmas watch.
Yeah.
Chris C, I have that and Day of the Beast, so that the third is no. Listen, man, see it for yourself. Don't let me spoil it for you. Maybe you'll like it. I know Gizmo likes it. Gizmo's also fucking crazy. So, I just wouldn't pay money for it. You could probably stream it somewhere, Perdido Durango. It's very sleazy too. So maybe you get something. I don't know. I just didn't at all. I didn't get it at all. I didn't understand what the hell he was going for there, but kind of is what it is. Yeah, don't let me talk you out of seeing it. I just would caution you not to spend money on it. Chris C, I have To Live and Die in L.A. Coming with others from the Kino sale. That's cool, man. Yeah, slow the hell down. Chris C, Curb Stomp is brutal. Yeah, you fuck with the bull, you get the horns. I can't remember. I think he says you fucked with the wrong bull.
It's just pure nasty.
Yeah. In this country, you can't follow your attackers out of your house. If they break in and they run, you got to let them go. Otherwise, it's a crime. But if he did that in his living room and they broke in, no charges.
See, we can't even do that in the UK. So if someone breaks into your house, then I fucking smash the face in, I'm getting arrested.
Well, you'll get arrested, and they'll do a quick investigation and basically determine you are the homeowner, you are the person that lives there. You didn't just murder somebody at the house or whatever. they'll get your side of the story. They'll check the evidence and things like that. But if somebody breaks into your home in the United States, now California probably different. There's different rules for California. That's a whole different country over there. But if somebody breaks into your house, the idea is we don't waste time and worry about what they're doing. They could be just there to rob the groceries or steal cigarettes or whatever. You still get a bullet in your head in this country.
Yeah.
You don't break into somebody else's house unless you're extremely desperate and crazed or there to murder somebody. That's the thinking behind it. And everybody should have that right, in my opinion. You break in, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But it's just you can't follow him out in the street like he did. I just always thought I don't think he even lets them get in the house. They don't even get in the house. He just starts blasting them on the front porch. You know? You got to wait till they get in. Ideally, you call the police, but if they don't get there in time, you got to handle it yourself. Option we done.
Shit, if you waited for police here, they'd never turn up.
Oh, they're pretty good here. They get here within a few minutes, generally, unless you live way out of the in the country. But even they have local streets and stuff, so you won't have a problem with that. But it's the whole legality there. Alan says we park on the driveway and drive on a parkway, so I can't talk shit either. So even the highways here, states can't agree on what a highway is called. Some states call them freeways, some states call them parkways, some tollways. So you can't call it a freeway if you're going to charge. It's for people to use. So you got to call it a parkway or but driveway.
Yeah. So in the UK, it's a motorway.
Motorway. We're educated. We're bringing the world together. We're like Michael Jackson. We are the world here.
Yeah. Heal the world. Yeah. Make it a better place.
Dave Man says, I would love to see Trigun series get a Blu-ray. I'm not familiar with Trigun.
Trigun, Japanese-esque, manga-esque kind of program, I think, if I'm thinking of the right show. From sort of late 80s, I think. Early 90s, maybe.
Scrolling here. Trini, what's going on, man?
Hello, Trina.
Trini would be a good one to have on the stream if he actually did streams.
Yeah.
Because he's always watching something. Chris C. just finished watching The Devil's Honey. It was better than I expected. Well, cool, man. Glad you got something out of it. Ready saying what's up. Reed, Spicoli says, Jesus, Brad, already watched another 5 movies. Oh, yeah, by the way, what's up? I file taxes next month, which is in a few days. I'm waiting on documents. I got another issue with the IRS I'm waiting on. I got lawyers working on it. I'm in a holding pattern here, so it is what it is. I've got nothing but time on my hands. I don't generally leave, and maybe I'll go somewhere on the weekends, but I got nothing but time right now, waiting on the man here.
I'm glad I don't have to do my own taxes.
Well, I hire people to do my taxes.
Yeah.
But I wait. Generally, taxes are done in April. You can wait till October, but most people don't wait until October because they're getting a refund. I've never gotten a refund in my life. I have to pay every year. So I wait and keep the money longer, thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. I keep it longer and I use it in the markets and try to make enough money to pay with
that makes sense.
To pay them with, the bastards. I gotta make sure I make enough money so they can send it over to fucking Ukraine with my cash. Caveman says getting the police to show up at the cave is super. Yeah, he lives in rural Kentucky.
Right.
All right, so we're on to number 2.
Right. I know you like this one. I think we've talked about it before. Another little underappreciated gem that I think flew under the radar, and I think those people that have seen it love it, and those people that haven't seen it, I've never even heard of it. And it is Headhunter.
That's a great movie.
Great little film. It's only about 70 minutes long. It's really short. There's only 2 actors in it. It's a little independent film that was done in just about 2018, 2019, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, about this gentleman on the front who works. So this is set in a fantasy realm. You don't really know in what context the time period is. You don't really know sort of like what level of civilization they are. It doesn't really go into in depth in that, but what it does do, it goes in depth into just this one character. The whole story is just based around him. And whoever the king is at the time, when they are having trouble within the kingdom, whether that's enemy forces coming in, whether that's monsters coming in, whether that's demons coming in, they summon this guy, the headhunter. He goes in to do the dirty work and takes the subject matter out, and then he keeps the heads as a trophy. And the story builds up at the beginning that he's lost his wife to a disease, and then it's just him and his daughter. But then when the call goes out for him to go and deal with a monster that's come into the realm, another monster, or you think a monster, comes and gets his daughter and takes his daughter. And it turns out that he's equipped to make sort of a magical potion from the monsters that he slays. And then with the monster he slays in this magical potion that he takes, it regenerates his body. So any sort of like stab wounds, cuts, breaks, anything like that, it heals him really quick.
He'll come back and fucking half his stomach is bitten, you know. I'm saying all this like right along with you, like, yeah, sure. What you're describing is not true.
Yeah, and the beast that takes his daughter comes back, and he decides he's got to try and finish it off. But it's not just a monster that he's going to deal with; it's some kind of demon. And you get little. You only ever get little glimpses of where he's going and what he's doing. You normally get like the beginning where he's like gearing up and tooling up, and then he'll go. You'll see a brief segment of him either battling or in the middle of the battle, and then you come back to his dwelling, back to his house, and he's like putting a trophy up on the wall, or he's got a head or whatever, and a piece of armor or something like that. But when he has to fight this sort of like main creature, which is more like a demon than a monster, he has real fucking trouble when he gets his ass kicked. But it's really good. Little independent made film, was made for very little money. If you want the documentary, the making of is on this as well, and it's really worth the watch. Really, really worth the watch. What they did for the budget they had and how good it looks. The armor that this guy's wearing is fucking unreal. You know what I mean? We're talking Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. We're talking Game of Thrones level armor. It's amazing. All the money, all the budget must have gone on that armor and his dwelling, his house, and the aesthetics of his house. It is really, really good. So if you've never seen it and you like a sort of like a fantasy film, then The Headhunter is definitely up there. If you're in the UK, 101 put it out. Who put it out in the US? I'm not sure who put it out in the US.
No one.
Oh, it's not available in the US, is it not?
No, it's one film's released, and I have a different edition I'll show here in a minute.
Yeah, but I first saw this on a streaming service, and I can't think which streaming service it came to first. Was it Shudder?
It's on Shudder.
Right, and then so I saw it on streaming first, and then out of the blue, about 18 months after it come to streaming, 101 had picked it up and released it, and it looks brilliant. You know what I mean? Again, special features on it. There's a making of. There's a documentary. There's a commentary with the director and the producer. It's quite a bare bones release that 101 put out, but you can get it for like £8.
What's the country origin? France?
Yeah, is it French or Belgian or something like that? Yeah. I can't think where it's made now. It doesn't actually say. But yeah, it's not American or British. It's either Belgian or Dutch or French or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth a watch. It's a great little flick. Like I said, it looks fucking brilliant as well. They did a really good job with it.
Yeah, very, very inexpensive. It's like Tony said, the armor must have been most of the damn budget. So
Definitely.
great movie, and I love the, he's made for this. I love that aspect of it. It's like,
yeah,
it's not a job, it's not a passion, it's a calling.
No,
He's
it's
built
like second nature.
He's built to murder and slaughter, and like he gets a bit. Every time he does this, he gets paid. He gets whatever they have on them, and he gets paid a bunch of gold and stuff. He comes into his shack, and he's like taking his helmet, like and he just hurls the fucking loot into a shitty wooden box that he just clearly couldn't care about, and he's like on back to the potions. The potion is all he cares about, is making a potion so he can get back to doing his work. It just is really interesting, and I loved it right away when I saw it. It's
it is really, really good. I mean, if you do like this one, and if anybody is watching, if you have seen this one, there is a sci-fi film that was, I think it's around 2009, called Hunter Prey. It's got similar kind of elements to it, where there's only 2 actors in it. They both got armor on, but it's a sci-fi film. If you like that, check out Hunter Prey, because it's very similar, but it's got a sci-fi element to it.
I think he has maybe one line of dialogue in the whole movie, maybe.
He says virtually nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah,
and he doesn't really need to, because for the majority of the film, he's on his own anyway.
Yeah, and most of the battling is off screen.
Yeah,
they had no money to shoot the battle scenes or anything like that.
No, not at all. They had no money to design monsters or creatures or get someone in to do the effects. But how they do it and how they set it up and finish it off, it's really good. It's really clever.
Yeah, it works really well. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the movie too. I have a different release. Why this fucking thing opens? Okay, I don't even know where I got this or when I got it, but it's a French release.
Cool. That's a really nice box.
Edition limited.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a making of on this or not. I'm gonna have to look into that.
It should say on the back. It says "How We Made Headhunter," a commentary with the director John Dowry.
Even
the French.
It's all in French. Even the quotes are in French.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it has that or not. Languages, audio. I'm gonna lean towards this doesn't have.
There's 3 documentaries on this: How We Made Headhunter, Why We Made Headhunter, and the Making of featurette.
Yeah, the Amaray, nothing here either. Just the same thing. But yeah, that's a really good one.
Gotta
check out that 101 Films release. All right.
Yeah, it's really cheap now, about £8 that now. You know what I mean?
I just want to put the okay. This next one, I got a top 5 coming up, and this would fit into it, and I'm not sure if it'll make the stream or not, but it's 2011's Margin Call.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's a finance movie, an investing movie. I think you probably have to be. It's not that interesting. It's not like it's not Gordon Gekko or anything like that. But what it is, it's got a big cast on it here. Let's see who directed it. J.C. Chandler, don't know who that is, but Kevin Spacey, Paul Bettany, Jeremy Irons is like the big shot in this. Demi Moore, it's a lot of actors that you'd recognize from other stuff. But what it basically is this movie, The Big Short, would have you believe that only a few people knew about the financial crisis was happening beforehand. That's really not the case.
Right.
All the big shots on Wall Street really knew, but the difference is they couldn't tell anybody about it because their customers would withdraw their funds, kind of thing. So they had to kind of deal with their own stuff first before the news got out. And that's what this is about. This is about these people finding out some of the big investment firm, from what I understand, it's pulled from a multiple different firms to come up with the story. But you know, a lot of late nights on Wall Street, a lot of shady shit was going on behind closed doors to sell pre-market and all this stuff. Anyway, that's what it's about. It's about the early stages of the 2008 financial crisis and how they went. And the tagline basically says it all: be first, be smarter, or cheat. And that's basically what went down. They dumped everything that was toxic before anybody knew it was toxic, kind of shit.
Right.
It's a good movie. You know, it's a very cheap release. It's not like, if you're looking for Wall Street or The Wolf of Wall Street, this ain't
Wolf of
it.
Wall Street. Yeah.
More like a drama. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to watch it to get ready for stream potentially, and it's good. I would probably give it, I don't know, 2.5 out of 5, something like that. Let's catch up with the chat here. All right. Chris C says Trigun is an early 90s. It's an anime manga series like Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
That's cool. Spicy saying, "Oh yeah, take a vacation." Yeah. What's a vacation? I work for myself. So, you know, the boss is always pounding my ass. I'm not allowed to take breaks or vacations.
I can tell you what a vacation is.
Shut up. Your whole fucking life over there.
It's a fucking permanent vacation.
Fucking 100 days a year of leave.
Yep, it's great.
Sydney says the next 5 movies I'll watch: History of Violence, Four Brothers, Sicario, Death Sentence, and Mr. Brooks. Those are all winners too.
History of Violence, I know. Four Brothers, I don't know. Sicario, I've known. I've not seen any of those. I've only heard of a couple of them.
Death Sentence is pretty good. It's a James Wan movie. Mr. Brooks is a serial killer movie with Kevin Costner as the serial killer.
All right. I know. Yeah, I know the film. Yeah.
Yeah. Death Sentence, man, it's pretty good. I have it right over here somewhere. Cindy Eubanks, Margin Call, good film. Yeah, it's pretty good. Spicy for Reactions and Big Short was a great movie. It's a fun one. Sean saying, I saw Vestron released Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis, but that movie is kind of whatever. Yeah, it was in that Imprint box set, Neo Noir.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty good. It's an odd Vestron, let's put it that way. A really weird release from them.
Yeah, it is. There must have been multiple deals going on somewhere, because like you said, Imprint's got it, Vestron's bringing it out, someone's got it in the UK as well now, because a lot of that Vestron stuff we just don't get, which pisses me off, to be honest. But yeah, so somebody's done a restoration of it somewhere, then everybody's just dropped the money into finance it with Luke's.
Yeah, if the rights are going around cheap, you know, I figure why not do it.
Yeah.
Rob hopped out for a minute. What's up? I'd say hello. Yep, that's cool, man. Rob, big fan of Life Force. K-Man says Trigun has a great sense of humor about itself. It's enjoyable. Cool.
Yeah, I'm a bit hit and miss with the whole manga thing. I've always been on the fence with it. It's a lot of it's for my liking. It's not. It might sound a bit stupid because they're all like sort of futuristic or a bit way out there, but the subject matter is always a bit too like to the point for my liking. There never seems enough fun in it. Everything seems really serious all the time. Yeah. It just sort of takes me out of it.
Yeah, I can see that. Chris C is a big fan of Sicario. Sicario is really good too. A lot of Life Force fans out there.
Yeah. There's a reason for it. Well, there's two reasons for it, to be honest.
Yeah, two reasons. Two big reasons.
Yeah.
Texas is a big fan of Death Sentence. Yeah, Death Sentence was really underrated for some reason. There's no good U.S. Blu-ray of it. The title is probably not the best for what it is. It's but it's a revenge movie, father-son revenge movie. Spicoli saying both are great. Yeah, they're winners, man. Saying what's up. Mr. Brooks is a fun one. Yeah, it's an interesting movie for sure. It's got some unintentional comedy, and it's weird to see Kevin Costner as a serial killer.
Yeah, I would imagine so. You know what I mean? He's normally quite straight-laced, isn't he?
Yeah. But the interesting part is like his weapon of choice is a gun, but it's a gun with a suppressor on it, and he puts it in a turkey bag, and then he zip ties it to his wrist. So when he fires it, the casing gets caught in the bag, so he leaves no evidence. But he shoots a hole in the bag, and the hole that he makes is found at every crime scene. So it didn't matter either way. But yeah. Chrissy, yeah, Death Sentence needs a 4K from somebody. I'm sure it will get a. The Nun 2 is getting a 4K. So I mean, come on. Sean's saying agreed about Death Sentence. I've seen it in years. It's a winner, man. It holds up. Caveman, I really like it. You will enjoy Trigun. Nothing serious about it, Tony. Okay.
Good.
Did you see the Arrow teaser for the Child's Play thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the whole set or not, because we heard. I don't think it was. I think it was Ken Carlson said that he heard they were working on a full set, one through even the remake on 4K from Arrow. And that image I've confirmed from Anthony's Horror and More, Child's Play Freak, that is an image from the remake. So either the remake on 4K or it's a full set on 4K that includes the remake.
It'll definitely be whatever it is. It'll be definitely 4K because there already is a Blu-ray set out of the UK.
Yeah,
and so that means the license is already held somewhere else. So I would very much doubt Arrow releasing something on Blu-ray of something that's already out. I know it happens in the US for you guys. Until multiple companies release the same thing. In the UK, it doesn't normally happen. Licensing laws must be slightly different, but. If it was a 4K release, then I would imagine it's going to be it may be a complete collection, or they might be just going with the remake.
Well, Screen Factory has the US 4Ks, so that's what makes me think these will be UK 4Ks of all of the fans already there. UK rights, Arrow Video.
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense for them to do a full box set of all 8.
It does,
and it would be the seller of the year. I guarantee you that would be, even though the 4Ks already came out from Screen Factory.
Yeah,
that set would still sell like crazy. It would be a massive.
Yeah,
that would be a phone call to Uncle Tony.
Definitely.
Uncle Tony, I'd say, listen, do what you got to do. Handle that. And
I want 3 of them.
I want 3 of them. I'm gonna be talk to Alan. I'm gonna get him to stop. I'm not gonna let him pre-order anything, and get it over here.
I can see that being done. The way Arrow has been putting box sets out recently, you know what I mean? They've just been fucking knocking them out the park. So I would imagine if they did do a complete collection set 4K, then I can imagine it being really good.
Well, I mean, the Psycho 4K set, that's a big seller over here. Everybody was loving it.
Everyone's picking it up,
And it's only a 4K disc for each movie. Everybody's very happy with it. Conversely, I saw some people unboxing that Toxic Avenger 4K set.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
that looks like
what is it?
It doesn't even tell the fucking features.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's crap. I don't know what the fuck. It's like Lloyd Kaufman just trying to make an extra $50 out of it, or $80, whatever it is. I don't think there's a book or anything. I mean, not that I give a shit about books, but I saw somebody pull
There was
pieces out, and it doesn't say anything on the back of the thing or about
nothing
on the disc, or it's just an amateur hour is what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the artwork on the box that houses everything, and it's really nice. I really like the presentation of it. But then you turn the box to the side, and it just looks like one of those really cheap fucking studio release boxes. Yeah. It looks like a fucking cereal box quality. You know what I mean? It's thin as shit. It's got like a flap on one side that tucks in. And you're going, what the fuck? I mean, how much was that set? I don't even know how much it was.
I think it was $100. Somebody in the chat.
Fuck me.
What it was. And they're Toxic
Avenger.
I love Toxic Avenger like everybody else, but they're not, great movies by any means. But this is crazy price, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
I mean, obviously, at some point, they must have owned the rights to the cartoon show Toxic Crusaders, because that came housed in one of the complete sets, I think, a number of years back. But for some reason, they've not put that in this set, which they could have done. They could have squares it on over those 4K discs quite easily. But somehow have just decided to leave it off. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know, but everybody raves about that Psycho set, and if they did the same shit with the I believe it's 8. How many? 8 Child's Play films, same kind of thing, just made it wider. People would be over the moon with it. Or if it looked like the Empire box set and it was just a bigger box, something. I'm sure Arrow's going to kill it, and it's nice to see them back. When they got bought, things got shaky there when they got bought a little bit. But it seems like they're really hitting their stride again, and it's working out.
Whether they brought someone in play who hasn't worked from before, who's given a bit of a kick up the arse and said, listen, we need to get back to basics with this. There's definitely something changed. You know what I mean? And normally when you get stuff like that, it's personnel. You know what I mean? You change the personnel, you get a different outcome, and possibly that's what's happened. Because the last sort of like 5 or 6 big releases have been fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
I mean they've been really, really good. So,
and we still have about October and November. Yeah. I mean these are big. These are going to be big releases, and if they do a Child's Play set, that will stop the world. That will be a big deal. I hope it's not just 8, even though 8 has never got a 4K. The remake. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I'd love a box set. I'd love to stick it up Scream Factory's ass. That's really what I'd like to do. With the way they packaged it, you had to buy 1, 2, and 3 together if you wanted the new artwork. Which I kind of get that. Okay, everybody kind of wants 1, 2, 3, but if you want the artwork, the same artwork to match your first 3 with the other 4, you have to buy all 4 of them together in a bundle with pins and posters and shit you may not want to get them. So I didn't like that, and I waited for a better price, and maybe it's going to pay off. Maybe Arrow's doing the set, and I'll be happy to get that set. Like I said, I know a guy in the UK owes me some favors, so that would be a good one to get sent over, and hopefully save Alan the heartbreak having his come like it's fucking been kicked down the runway. Last one.
Looking like a 747's gone over the top of it.
All right, we'll catch up with the chat real quick, and then we'll go to the next one, which will be 3. Sean, I just picked up the new Swamp Thing 4K yesterday.
Cool.
Cool, man. Let me know what you think of it, man.
Yeah, that's one I wouldn't mind. We've no 4K Swamp Thing over here.
So Coley's asking how much you think that whole set would cost from Arrow Films if they did one for 8 on 4K.
All 8 on 4K, I'm saying 130 to 150.
Yeah, I was going to say 125. In that neighborhood. I mean, that Empire Scream set was $60.
£54 over here, I think. Yeah.
That is what is it? How many is that? 5?
5 titles. That's the best sort of release this year for me. Price wise, it's unreal.
Great release. But those are Blu-rays too. So to think
Blu-rays.
in those terms, a 4K set of that would have probably been 70. So yeah, 125, maybe 100, 100 to 125. 100. If it was 150, I could see that too, because you got to deal with all the licenses. It's an 8-cent set. It's going to be a heavy.
There's got to be a big thick case book in there and posters and all that kind of shit as well. So yeah, I reckon 150 tops.
Yeah, but that'll be retail, so it'll be a little cheaper than that most likely. But it'd be worth it for 150.
But it'd be worth every penny, really, won't it?
Let's finish catching up the chat here. Chris C, UK, Arrow UK released the Psycho box set, so yeah, Child's Play would be great. Both Universal too. Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
Chris C, yeah, watch Garrett do his unboxing for that set. He's talking about the Toxic Avenger set that looked like
Toxic Avenger set, yeah.
And they did a Blu-ray set, the exact same, a few years prior.
Yeah, 88 Films put all 4 Toxic Avengers films out over here.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, 1's a classic. The other sequels, they're okay. Serial box.
Yeah.
Chris C, VS did the restoration for those Toxic Avenger 4Ks too. Yeah, they get some kind of.
I believe so.
With Lloyd.
Yeah.
Sean says, I don't understand the skimping on the packaging and the price inflating, but we all keep buying everything. Yeah, that's the thing, man. They're not going to stop if we keep buying the stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think that goes for everybody. You know what I mean? No. There's only certain companies that are turning out stuff that's high end but low in quality. Again, you've always got to look at what Arrow's been doing. Like we've just been said, it's everything they've done recently has been worth every penny. Second Sight, everything they ever do is always worth every penny. But some of the other companies that aren't these bigger kind of companies that are just like trying to reap the benefits off the cheapest sort of release they can put out there for the less kind of money, then that's what they're going to do. So they're just trying to take it off the top, aren't they? It's
they argue
business, I suppose, at the end of the day.
Well, they argue that they sell a lot less copies than a Vinegar Syndrome or blah blah blah. And Blue Underground, he argues that Bill argues that he outsources all his scans. His scanning, he has to hire a company to do it because he doesn't have a scanner and everything. So Vinegar Syndrome does all their own scans. So they save money there. And there's so many things. Like somebody like Severn, I think, is the most egregious. $55 4Ks. Everybody else charges $35.
Yeah,
making extra money for needlessly. Anthony, what's up, man? Anthony heard Child's Play.
Oh, yeah.
That signal went out.
Smelt it.
Yeah. Chris C, the Psycho box set is my set of the year so far.
I can see why.
Yeah, no argument there. It's pretty good. Sean says, I haven't bought many box sets this year besides limited edition slide box editions. I only bought 1 or 2 box sets. I think the only one I bought was the Empire set, I think.
Yeah, what have I had? I've had the Empire set. I bought the complete Teen Wolf collection box set the other week. What else have I had this year? I'm sure I've had another box set this year. I can't think what it is. But yeah, that Arrow video box set, that video store box set, that's unreal for the money. That's just a chef's kiss to the fans. That's an amazing piece.
To the fans, to the fans.
Well, to the fan, me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not
many people's getting excited for Arena like I did, but
yeah, skipped right over to HMV, skipping down the street like Scrooge, and he finds out it's still Christmas.
Yeah,
want to get the fucking thing.
You there, boy? What day is it?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Anthony says everybody loves those pens. Alan won't even buy the Scream Factory release without pens. Sean says I'd rather have a poster than a pen, but that's just me. All the pens just pile up at the end table next to me. Yeah, I don't know what the point of that. I guess it's for younger people. I don't know that wear them.
I don't know.
Jean jackets. I don't know what people are doing anymore.
I don't know what folk are doing with them.
Yeah, I mean, I have pins from all sorts of things. Frank Hendelotter pins, and I've never even opened them out of the plastic. They just come with this stuff, and you set them aside.
Yeah, Johnny sent me a few over the years, Severin ones and that. I've got ones for Robo Wars and all kinds of stuff. And like I said, I just don't know. I mean, they look cool, but what am I supposed to do with them? You know what I mean? Just
put them on your backpack.
Gathering dust and stuff.
Put them in your backpack on your way to school.
Yeah. Yeah, I could just see him putting it on my work bag, turning up to work with all those pins on it.
I mean, I'd rather have reverse artwork than a poster. I'd rather have a new bonus feature than a pin. Whatever, anything they could do to get an extra interview would be great. Rather than print up a bunch of pins, but
yeah. See, I don't mind posters. I'm a poster fan. I'm a poster collector. But the problem with a lot of these companies, the posters that they supply are in the wrong. They're in the wrong ratio. The size of the poster is wrong to do anything with. So you can't frame it because there's no frame that size.
Yeah.
They're just complete oddball. Arrow are a pain in the ass for doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those posters that Arrow do might as well be square. You know what I mean? But they're a really oddball size. There's no frame available for it. So in the long run, it's fucking useless.
Yeah. Or you could just tack it to your wall.
like I'm 15 and still at the moment.
Like you're 15. Just tape it. Just tape it to the wall.
Yeah. Blue tack.
Yeah. Anthony, I mean, would you rather have them invest the pin money into something stupid like quality interviews or commentaries or behind the scenes facts that would have never been released before? Yeah, no, we want pins. Exactly.
Pins. Yeah.
No one's clamoring for pins or art cards. Spend the money on something else. Brett, what's going on, man? He says, speaking of actually good packaging, I got the Leather House 4K set. It's great, excellent quality. Yeah, I saw Todd was talking about that with the media books.
Cool.
In it. Sean says, I also don't understand why Criterion picks and chooses what releases get digipacks. Remember a few years ago, they said they were done with digipacks. Yeah, hopefully they are done. That would be great. Night of the Living Dead 4K was a digipack. And then the
Blu-ray was.
Yeah, the Blu-ray was, and the 4K was an Amaro, which is great.
Yeah. That's what stopped me buying the Blu-ray because it was in the digipack. And I ended up picking up the network release of it for like a fifth of the cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's again, who's clamoring for digipacks? Why is that a thing now? One of these releases here is the digipack in my pile. I don't know why that's coming back. I don't know if it's a cost thing. I don't know, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's like, people go, well, dude, as long as you don't, move it around, or like you don't get it. This thing is held together by glue.
Yeah.
Over time, when we're talking 5-10 years from now, the thing will be.
Yeah, it just breaks down. Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. And maybe these newer collectors don't understand that, but a digipack, it's a waiting game. Sooner or later, you're going to open it up, and it's going to come apart in your hands. It's cardboard and glue holding it together.
But anything like that. Yeah.
It's a problem for another day, I guess. Brent, I was shocked how big that House 4K set is, and the wood and leather felt. I heard really good things about it. I'm just not that big of a fan to have all those. Arrow Amaranth are good enough for me. Yeah,
I'm that kind of person. You know what I mean? I like the looks of some of these sets, but they're just not for me.
I believe that set was $240 for the House 4K set. It's real leather bound, Okay, wood, whatever. Okay, not it's cool. Just not my.
Yeah.
I'm not a box set guy, but I know people are very excited about it. It's a quality.
Yeah.
Crusher says, "What's going on, Crusher?" He says the Death
Hello, Crusher.
the Deathstroker 101 box set. I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, Deathstalker. Deathstalker set. So it's Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2 on 2 discs. I believe they're also doing they're doing re-releases of each individual film in its own case for some bloody reason. I don't know why, but I've got the 2 film sets. It's a really good set. If you like fantasy films, Deathstalkers, the first one's really good. Second one's not much cop. It's a bit shit, but first one's really good.
Brit says it was over $200. Yeah, I think it's $230 on Orbit right now.
It's a hefty price.
Holland, what's going on?
Hello, Holland.
Sean says, I know you can buy a pin frame where you punch the pins in the back of the cardboard piece, the frame, and then put it back in place and hang it. That's the only thing I can think to do with it. Yeah, I could. Or I could just keep throwing them in the drawer they're in or wherever the hell they end up at.
Yeah, and then sell it to some mug on eBay.
Let's see. It's almost to the chat here. Sidney Eubanks, Body Heat, 1981, William Hurt, R.I.P. Kathleen Turner. Your thoughts on the movie Body Heat?
Body Heat, don't know it.
I was thinking Body Double when I read it. I'm sure I've seen it. I can't think of it.
Body Heat, 81.
Body Double's getting okay, which would be great. Which is going to be great.
Yeah, Body Heat, I don't know that one.
Sean, yeah, I can push that 240 for the House movies. I really don't like the first 2 movies. Yeah, the second story. Yeah, I mean, Arrow Amoray's pretty good for me. I know that all 4 are on Arrow Blu-ray.
Yeah, I mean, Arrow they did 4 standalones and then the box set with the 4 slimline Amarays. And then there's then later on, once that had gone, they re-released it in a digipack. So Arrow have had all 4 House movies released 3 different times.
All right. Oh, I gotta move this over. All right, number 3.
Cool. So last Saturday, you know it, Brad. Here in Wigan, we have a club of mutual friends and acquaintances, a film club, and it's called the Wigan Cult Film Club. And we are starting to host our own nights. And before we got into that, it was just a gang of friends that used to meet up every so often, and we'd go out and watch a film at the cinema, or we'd go to somebody's house and watch a film and get some food, or chat about stuff. There was a gang of us online, and it's been a nice gathering of people, and there's a lot of people come together recently. And there has, in the last 12 months, about a 20-minute drive away from where I live, a 1-screen independent cinema's opened, and it's charity-based, and it's really nice. It's really smart. The people that run it are great people. They're pretty much like us. It's all non-for-profit. Any money that does come in either goes back into the cinema or it goes to the designated charity. It's run extremely well. But they put a lot of like fantasy films on, and that's not really my cup of tea, or the gang of people that I associate with. It's not our cup of tea. But they put a post out stating that they were showing a 50th anniversary of one of my favourite films. So I got together with everybody, and I think 12 of us ended up going over to Lee Film Factory to watch this film, and I got a poster. Well, it's only a little flyer kind of thing with it, but we went to watch the 50th anniversary of Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
So this was on a 250-inch 4K screen. They showed the 4K restoration of it, and it looked fucking amazing. It had the whole nunchuck scene back in, because for those of you who don't know, the UK edition of this film, up to a certain point in time, was only an 88-minute runtime, and the film actually runs for 102 minutes. And there was loads of stuff edited out for the UK market. So the whole nunchuck scene was removed from the UK because for some reason in the UK nunchucks are banned, and then anything showing the use of nunchucks can't be broadcast. So even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon back in the day, or known as Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in the UK, because you couldn't use the word ninja either.
Oh, that's appropriation.
Had all the nunchucks removed from a fucking cartoon. So that's it. So we saw this in its entirety. It was a fantastic night. The cinema itself, the screen holds 100 people, there's 100 seats. I guess there was about 40 in there. I think about 40. It was £8. Now, you can imagine turning up to something like this. It's mainly all guys. You know what I mean? It's all guys of a certain age.
It's mainly,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I think there was like two women there that had been dragged along with their husbands because they didn't want to go on their own.
It's 2 broads and 98 unfuckable guys.
Yeah. but the good thing is, the cinema has got a nice little bar, and they do nice beers, and it's not expensive. So everyone was having a little drink before we went in to watch this for at least an hour. So by the time we got in and everyone took a beer in with them, the time this film came on and they got halfway through, everyone's quoting dialogue at the screen. Everyone's fucking what's in every given opportunity. You know what I mean? It got a fucking standing ovation when it finished. You know what I mean? It was great. It was a really, really good night. And the guys over at Lee Film Factory were phenomenal. They put a really good night on. We thanked them for it. They were thankful that we took 12 people over there. It was a really, really good night. And I'd never seen Enter the Dragon on a big screen. I don't think I'd ever seen it in its complete entirety like this 4K releases. So it was really, really good. It was a really good fun night. So if you're in the UK and you're in the northwest of England, then go and check out Lee Film Factory. They do some great stuff. For the month of October, they're doing a whole horror thing, and we've got tickets for a double bill showing. On the 14th of October, they're showing Hammer's Dracula and then Dracula AD 72. So they're doing a back-to-back showing, but they've also got a guest speaker for the night as well, and that's for like £12. You know what I mean? 2 films and a guest speaker for £12. You can't really go wrong. But no, this was great. Really good fun night. If you have a look on my social media, you'll see me and the rest of the guys that went this. We got pictures in front of the screen afterwards with the film playing and that. It was cool. It was a really good night out. And I love Enter the Dragon. I've always loved Enter the Dragon. I love Bruce Lee. I love Bruce Lee films. But for me, Enter the Dragon was the one that got me into him. Was the one that I grew up on. The soundtrack to this film, the score to this film, is fucking phenomenal. It's an amazing score. And everyone's seen Enter the Dragon now. But what I will say, and I'm not the biggest advocate of 4K, all very, very rare I buy 4K discs. This on 4K looks fucking amazing. It looks fantastic.
I'm sure.
So check it out. But that was a little poster they did for it.
John Saxon there, yeah.
Yeah, it's but there you go. That's the address of the film factory that showed it. It was cool. So yeah, that was that. Enter the Dragon.
You know, Han was my hero growing up. I always felt bad for him. It's really a tragic story. Here's this man, a legitimate businessman. He's worked hard. He's bought himself an island.
Yeah, he's just trying to make a product.
He's there with all his daughters as his bodyguard. His bodyguards. He's got like 12 daughters that will whip your ass. And yeah, he's got his own government there, so he's got a jail and whatnot, and he's an animal lover. He gives the whole speech. Few people can be totally ruthless. It takes more strength than you could possibly believe. And John Saxon thinks he's going to kill the cat. He doesn't. He's misunderstood. I feel, and it's just, again, it's the government constantly attacking small business. That's what the issue. You're not allowed to make a couple bucks here and there. I mean, Jesus Christ, the man bought an island. He wants to have a martial arts tournament. Let the man have his tournament. So it's
there's just some legendary pieces of that film, and some of the quotes. I mean, the whole "fuck you, Mr. Handman."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just
he's not going.
It's great.
He's not going.
He's not going away.
That's the most.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no cop in history. It was just like, hey, is that black guy going to Hawaii? Let's beat him up.
yeah, let's beat him up.
What is that?
Let's just swat him.
That's just what they think. It's just what they. Whoever wrote the script was like, that's how they act in America, right?
Yeah, but it was like it had this like whole Hong Kong vibe.
Yeah.
But like they thought, well, black exploitation films are massive at the moment. Just throw some black exploitation in there as well as. But no, it's truly a brilliant film. Bruce Lee in it, his acting isn't bloody brilliant, but you can forgive him for that. You know what I mean? And
he doesn't have to say much. It's mostly just him wandering around.
Yeah, I mean the end fight scene. Yeah, the end fight scene when he's fighting Han, and the scene. Yeah, the scene where he kicks Han at the very, very end, where he's in the sort of like he's got his own museum to talk about death traps and fucking weapons of torture and all kinds of stuff. The bit where he roundhouse kicks him.
Collector's items.
Yeah. Where he roundhouse kicks him, and you can see he's kicking a dummy. He's not kicking someone, but the fucking kick that he kicks that dummy with Bruce Lee, and it just fucking smashes it. And you're thinking, if that had been a real person, he'd have killed him.
Yeah, you got to have a villain a certain size to play in a Bruce Lee. He can't be over 5'3". He can't.
No, it doesn't work.
160 pounds, or it's not going to work. You put Bruce Lee next to a normal person, he looks like a little kid. So I
mean, the only time it ever worked is when they put him up against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, in Game of Death.
Yeah,
and it just looks like a child.
Yeah, he kicks Bruce Lee, and there's a footprint like this on his chest. But again, all those are getting. I mean, that apparently the 4K set of that is amazing. It's the only one in the set that's not a 4K is Enter the Dragon, because they did a separate.
Enter the Dragon. Yeah, because it's been put out by Warner Brothers on it as a 4K. But they're all getting separate releases as well now. A company called Medium Rare, I think in the UK, had the original 4 films out. Enter the Dragon, Way of the Dragon, Game of Death. What was the other ones? Game of Death, Way of the Dragon, Fist of Fury, and
I can't think of the other.
I can't think what it was. Yeah, but Medium Rare had them on Blu-ray. And to be fair, they look really good. You know what I mean? So the 4Ks must just look phenomenal. But like I said, the Warner Brothers Enter the Dragon 4K for the 50th anniversary is mind-blowingly good. Really good.
Yeah. So, all right. Number 3, year 2000, Snatch.
Hey.
I got a combat sports top 5 coming up, and this is something I wanted to watch. There's a lot of that in this. I think people kind of forget how much combat sports is in this. Like a heist movie, but I think everybody's kind of seen this one. It's a Guy Ritchie written and directed back when he made good movies. The tagline here, the plot summary is: unscrupulous boxing promoters, violent bookmakers, a Russian gangster, incompetent amateur robbers, and supposedly Jewish jewelers fight to track down a priceless diamond. In what part of England is this? Greater London?
It's London Borough, yeah.
Of course, you've got the Irish travelers, half Irish,
you've got
English, whatever they call them.
Parkies, gypsies over here.
That whole thing. I mean, the cast. I mean, come on, it's great. Dennis Farina in this as this guy here is hilarious in this. He's just this American guy who hates London, hates England, and he has to go over there and clean up the mess, and he's just miserable the entire time, and he's wandering around. I don't know, just everybody's seen Snatch, but it really holds up. I think it's like an 8 on IMDb. It's a solid movie, good little movie. Like I said, a lot of combat sports in this too. The person who doesn't get any credit in this for some reason, he's not even on the cover, is the villain. He's been in a couple of his movies. I can't think of his damn name, but man, he's not even like first on the call sheet here, or he's not first on the first row of people. He plays Bricktop. It's a British actor. He's the villain in this.
Yeah.
Just unhinged and crazy. Just the way he talks to people. When I throw a dog a bone, I don't want to know if it tastes good or not. You know, he just got endless one-liners. He just wanders into a room where people are cutting up a body, and he goes, "Do you know what nemesis means?" He just goes into the whole speech. Errol, bring us a cup of tea. There's literally a body being chopped up. You know, I just he's got the teeth going. You know, it's just this slimy British guy. I love the movie, and like I said, really holds up. I don't know, Tony sent me this slip when he realized I didn't have the slip. Regular Tony, not UK Tony, but it's a good release. It's got pretty good features on it, but looks great. An odd role for Jason Statham. You know, this Guy Ritchie's just a close personal friends with Jason Statham, and he has him playing kind of a. I mean, he's not an idiot, but he's kind of. I don't know, kind of helpless, I guess is the word. He's just he's not the normal Statham guy where he's got. Yeah,
he wants to impress, but he can't impress because he's not got it in him.
Yeah, he's not got it in him. He's kind of more of an everyman, kind of a meek guy. But it works, you know. And
well, he's sort of like Buddy in that. His sidekick is Stephen Graham. Stephen Graham's an amazing actor. He's an amazing actor. Brilliant actor, and again, he's not featured on the front of that neither.
No, he's got the larger role for sure as Tommy. And he just goes on. Tommy just going, you know, Tommy and Bricktop hate each other. Tommy likes Bricktop, but Bricktop hates him. And every time he talks, he turns to Jason Statham and he goes, "Put a lead on her, Turkish, before she gets bit." And Jason Statham just keeps bringing it up, and Bricktop loves Tommy for whatever reason. They're feeding bodies to pigs, and Stephen Graham turns to Bricktop and goes, "Are they Lancashire pigs?" And he goes, "Who the fuck's talking to you, boy?" Every time he can't say a word, it's like Donnie in The Big Lebowski. Every time he says something to Walter says, "Shut the fuck up, Donnie." It's the same thing, but you know, Vinnie Jones playing Vinnie Jones. I like the Black Gangsters. I don't remember all their names, but you know, Big Fat Tyrone. Bad to the bone. The getaway driver. The getaway driver. What the fuck can he get away from? I can't park over there. It's too tight. Too tight. You can park a jumbo jet in there, Tyrone. He keeps wrecking the car. He's a getaway driver. I don't know, dude. It's a lot of fun. So it really holds up. Benicio del Toro. I mean, the cast. It's endless with this thing.
Yeah.
And, you do have some fun. Watch Dennis Farina the whole time. He's just so uncomfortable. He's constantly wiping himself down. He just hates being there. He's like, "I don't like leaving my country, Doug. And I really don't like leaving my fucking country for anywhere but sandy beaches and nice weather." And he goes, Doug goes, "We've got sandy beaches." He goes, "Who the fuck wants to see him?" Fuck your country. Just the whole time. It's just, I don't know, man. Back when Guy Ritchie made good movies, he made Lock, Stock, and
Two Smoking Barrels, and that, and then Rock and Roller. Rock and Roller is another one that's really good. That gets underlooked.
Revolver's pretty good, but when he went Hollywood, it kind of ruined him, I feel. Now he does bullshit, but this. Yeah,
to be fair, have you ever seen the adaptation of Robin Hood that he did?
Yeah, I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it, but
I really enjoy it. I've got a copy of it, and I really enjoy it. No, it's like Cockney version of Robin Hood. It's like the Snatch version of Robin Hood, but it somehow works. You know what I mean?
They did the Sword in the Stone thing.
Sorry, that's what I'm on about. King Arthur.
King Arthur. Yeah, that's supposed to be
not Robin Hood. Yeah, King Arthur. Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
But he put years into that thing, and it screwed up. I think it took him out of it. Let's catch up with this here. Okay, I started back here. Yeah. 4K is regular case. Sean Blue saying, I remember the Night of the Living Dead Digipack. It was also like 15. It was released. Definitely the cheapest Criterion ever bought. Yeah. Night of the Living Dead is in public domain, I believe. So
it is a public domain film.
Sydney saying Body Double at 84. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking it was. Brian, what's up, man? Aerobox said a house is all I need. The UK says it's plenty good for me. Yeah, I'll just buy the standalone.
Oh, right.
It's one thing Arrow does that I really like is generally the sets they get broken up later, and you can buy them individually. If you just want House 4, you can buy House 4. Just saying, hey, Sean Blue, that release made me appreciate the movie more. I always thought as a casual fan, but the features on top of the nice 4K stand, perfect to see. I think he's talking about Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Sydney's a fan.
Yeah, just everything about it is good fun.
Crusher's a fan. Chrissy's asking, how good is Monkey Shines? It's a George A. Romero movie.
Yeah, the Romero film. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen it.
Wow, that's a statement right there. With the cover art, the monkey on the cover and everything.
Yeah.
It's a killer.
Don't think I've ever seen it.
It's a killer monkey movie. I mean, it is what it sounds like it is. It's a service monkey that goes crazy.
Right.
But there's a new.
Actually, I know the film, but I've never.
It's a new
seen it.
Coming of it. Yeah, 4K can be hit or miss. Yeah.
Yeah, I have loads of. I've got 2 4K players. You know what I mean? I've got 2 really nice 4K TVs, but I can put Blu-rays through them and they still look really good. So why buy 4K for an extra £12 in the UK to what the Blu-ray releases? I just don't bother. You know what I mean? Because I'm a tight ass, that's what it is. But
yeah, well, it all depends on what it is. Some movies, it's like that would look great on 4K. Some movies, it's like, why do I need that on 4K? So
yeah,
just depends, case by case. Texas is asking, so Tony, all those cuts were they made in the Mary Whitehouse?
But Mary Whitehouse, no. So Mary Whitehouse was known for the Video Nasty era. Enter the Dragon obviously was 73. But what would have happened with Enter the Dragon when it came to VHS, rental VHS? It would have been pre-cert, so it would have been pre-certificate in the UK at the time. And then when BBFC certification came in, BBFC will have gone back and looked at the film and then realised it had nunchuck scenes and whatever, and they would just removed them. So the Murray Whitehouse stuff was basically just for the Video Nasty stuff. She never really got involved in anything else. But the BBFC cut the nunchuck scene from Enter the Dragon.
They thought those nunchucks were going to be, people were going to be using them, kids were going to be using them, hitting each other, tearing up the local channels and stuff.
Yep, basically. Yeah, basically that's why it was.
That's amazing.
Crazy, really, isn't it? Like I said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the point that you can look at. So that would have been 91 in the UK, and they changed it from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because they couldn't use the word ninja in the UK, so they changed it to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. And then any use of the nunchuck scene throughout the cartoon itself. So if you watch the 2 intros, the American version and the British version side by side, the British version alters the point where any nunchucks are shown. It's removed. So the intro's slightly different. It was weird. You know what I mean? It's different now. You're allowed to do it now. But
yeah. It is what it is. Sydney, a really good martial arts film, Five Deadly Venoms, 1978. Haven't seen that one. I'll have to check that out.
No, I don't know that one neither.
Sean, need to upgrade Snatch. Haven't seen it in forever. Yeah, I'm sure the 4K is going to be pretty cheap come Black Friday. But
Yeah.
Slip's long gone, unfortunately. Trini, Alan Ford, he was also in Cockneys versus Zombies. I haven't seen that one for sure.
It's worth a watch, mate. It's really, really good. Again, underestimated film. If it starts off as like a heist film, as a bank job, and then once the bank job goes down and they come out of the bank and they're waiting for the getaway car, it's like carnage. There's like fucking ripped up bodies everywhere, and they're going, hold on a minute, have we missed something here? And while they've been robbing the bank, there's a zombie apocalypse broke out. It's actually really good. It's really good.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
It's daft. It is daft.
Texas is a fan. Sydney's a big fan of Snatch. Sean Blue Digital says, I finally saw that a few months ago.
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't Tarantino making a movie on Mary Whitehouse? God, I hope not.
I hope not too. It's fucking bad enough. It 80s. I don't need reminding of it. If you like somebody doing another fucking film about Margaret Thatcher, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't need that shit in my life.
It's enough. It's enough already.
So I love Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Right? I think those two guys working together, doesn't matter what they're doing. It doesn't matter if they're making films. It doesn't matter if they're making TV shows. It doesn't matter if you listen to the podcast. It doesn't matter if you're watching the cooking stuff that they do. Those two guys work together seamlessly. And I don't think they've done a single bad thing together. But for some reason, this film got absolutely shit on from a great height when it came out. But I absolutely adore it, and I think it's brilliant. Now, I think these two guys were added to this film to try and take it up to the next level. But when these two guys make their appearance in this film and do what they do, they're really good. And that is Slaughterhouse Rules.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It's really, really good. The only way I can describe it is it's like an 80s old school splatter film. It's about a private school set in the middle of the Oxfordshire countryside somewhere. And the kid in the middle there, he's like the new kid that started at the beginning of the new school term. And the school itself is run quite military style. It's very like the older boys are running the school. Everybody under them's doing what they say. The teachers allow them to get away with whatever they want, kind of thing. But to earn some extra money to keep this fancy school going, they've allowed a company to start fracking for gas just a little bit further up the road, but on the school land. And while that fracking is going on, it splits open part of the Earth's core, and these like weird sort of like creatures come out of it, and then chaos ensues. And then Nick Frost plays like some like sort of psychedelic hippie dude that lives in the woods that's been like telling people this was going to happen for years, and he's been trying to get this fracking stopped and stuff like that. Simon Pegg, he plays like a teacher within the school, but he's pretty much pissed off with it. He doesn't want to be there anymore, but he sort of gets stuck there. There's not much he can really do. It's one of those films that there is guts flying around everywhere, but you never actually see any blood. So if you have seen Attack the Block, very similar kind of film to Attack the Block, whereas instead of blood, you're just seeing buckets and buckets and buckets of like purple ooze and like sort of like severed limbs flying about and stuff like that. So you don't actually see any sort of like copious amounts of blood, but you would class it more as like an old 80s style splatter grindhouse kind of film. It's really fun, tongue in cheek, couple of beers and some food, watch it with some friends. It's really enjoyable. But again, because it's got Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in it, I mean, I love it. Pretty bare bones released. There's fuck all on it. It's just the film. I own an original Cinema Quad poster of this as well. So a 40x30 Cinema Quad. The poster's really good. But if you've never seen it, I'd suggest checking it out, especially if you like Nick Pegg and Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Because again, these two guys can't do any wrong in my eyes. But it is loads and loads of fun. But it just got shit on when it came out, and I don't really know why. The film doesn't really do anything wrong. I think it's just it was just too. It was a bit tongue in cheek, and it was neither funny or serious. It was like floating around in the middle, and I don't think a lot of people got it or understood it. But it was right up my alley. So yeah, Slaughterhouse Rules.
As long as Nick Frost doesn't die, they
well.
he might. If Simon Pegg, eventually his career will slow down and they'll get back to doing movies, but Simon Pegg can't turn down $5 million to go do another Mission Impossible or whatever. And Nick Frost just seems like he's very happy wearing jewelry and being enormous. I'm rolling around in London.
He's
waiting to get back together.
He's really good. I mean, the TV show that he had on Netflix, Amazon, Truth Seekers. Have you ever seen that?
No.
That's really, really good, but it got cancelled after the first season. And I don't know why, because it was like extremely good. So if nobody's ever seen that, go and check that out, Truth Seekers. It's like, how can I describe it? He's a ghost hunter, like a part-time ghost hunter or conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
He goes like each episode is like he's filming something different, but everything is linked, but he doesn't know that. It's really good. Simon Pegg pops up in it as well, but it's really, really good. But he's just released a cookbook today, Nick Frost, and he's obsessed with cooking. So,
it's called Slice of Fried Gold, or what's it called?
Yeah, it's called something like that. Yeah,
I'm sure it is. But yeah, I'm sure he gets it. Simon Pegg's career went crazy, and till it slows down, they won't be doing $2 million movies together. So.
And to be fair to Nick Frost, he has done some really good stuff without Simon Pegg. I mean, I love Attack the Block, but that was another one that got shit on from a great height when it came out. But again, it's right up my alley. It's the kind of thing I'm into. And if I'm going to watch a modern movie, that's the kind of thing I want. And I think Nick Frost again in that is really, really good. Have you ever seen Cuban Fury?
No.
Where he plays the dancer. That's a comedy. That's really good as well. Now the guy can fucking dance, like really dance. And he, as a child, he was taken to ballroom dancing lessons. And for a big guy, he can move. You know what I mean? That's really good. If you've never seen that,
it's a weird guy with his gold teeth and his gold rings and
massive sovereigns, big chains.
He's an original. I like him in World's End, where
he's brilliant.
He's the straight man until he starts drinking, and he turns into Clint Eastwood basically as soon as he starts drinking. He's
like Hulk smash.
Yeah, they're trying to come up with a name for the cyborg or the robots at the table, and out of nowhere he's just like, nobody in the last 10 minutes has come up with a name better than Smashy Headman. Nobody.
Yeah.
Dead serious.
But no, he is really, really good.
I'm sure they'll get back to it. I mean, it's not like they can do it when they're 100. They can do it when they're 80.
Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, that's it. People still watch it. Space, the TV series, is great. Paul was good. You know what I mean?
But this next one, I got two left here. This one, 2010, The Town. Sydney Eubanks was talking about this in the chat, and it got me thinking I hadn't seen it in a while. only watch the extended cut. If you've been watching the theatrical cut, you're missing the whole movie. This is the way it should have been. It's intended for. It's a one extended cut. I can tell you it's a big difference, and there's good to this. It makes it a darker, more richer story. Basically, it's about a group of heistmen in Charlestown, which is a suburb of Boston, a town just outside of Boston, Massachusetts, and they rob armored cars and banks and things like that. And it goes into the culture of Charlestown and how it's kind of like known for this kind of behavior. Written and directed by Ben Affleck. Great story. He's from the Boston area. Great cast, the whole nine. But there's the Irish underbelly, the mafia that's there, and drug use. It has everything, man. This is what Heat was trying to be, in my opinion. I know people love Heat.
Right.
I'll turn heel for them. Heat to me is a 5 out of 10. This is as close to an 8 out of 10 as I would give, because Heat, they're just throwing too much shit at the wall. It's like you have the love story, you have the drug angle, you've got all the angles in this, and it's not overdone. This movie moves really well. I'm a big fan of it, and it has a lot of nods to Heat. So if you're a fan of Heat, you probably will like this. But Ben Affleck behind the camera, even better than in front of the camera. Also Jeremy Renner is really, really good in this. Is this like white trash, Boston trash kind of guy. Even John Hamm as the FBI guy is kind of slimy, and it just really works. You get everything you want in this movie and nothing you don't. And I couldn't recommend this any higher. But there's the great scenes in this would be there's a scene where Ben Affleck's character's girlfriend was harassed by these Dominican kids. And then he goes to Jeremy Renner and says, "Listen, I need your help. You can never ask me about it before or again. After we do it, and we're going to hurt some people." And Jeremy Renner says, "Whose car are we going to take?" So then they just go and mess these people up. But anyway, the talent. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this, but the one thing I would, if you're watching the theatrical edition, throw that in the trash. You got to watch the extended cut. That's the only way to watch this.
Yeah, it's another one I've never seen.
It's a good one, man. I mean, I don't think it's your type of deal. It's very grounded.
Right.
It's a good story, man. Catch up with the real chat, and we will go on with the number one here. Brian, with the snatch slip. Yeah, Tony sent me that when he saw that I didn't have it. So I appreciate that. Chris C. Town. Great film. Yeah, it's a winner, man. A lot of people really like it for good reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the last one here.
Okay, last one. So on the 19th of October, us guys in Wigan here and the Wigan Cult Film Club hosting our first film night, and we're doing a double bill for Halloween. And we put out to a poll numerous subgenres within the horror genre of what people would like to see, and the top two that came out were slasher and creature feature. So me and a friend of mine, we was talking and we was going through some slasher films, and we think we pretty much know what we're going to do. But there's one that he hadn't seen, and that was Madman. So we watched Madman the other night. Now, it's been a long while since I've watched this as well as, and what can only be described as senseless fun. There's no plot. There's no real story. There's no character development. It's just sort of like 89 minutes of just sheer fun. Some weird tale about some old guy that killed his family who lives in the woods. But then they hung the guy when they caught him. But then when they went back in the morning, his body had gone, and now he just hangs around in the woods. So I don't know, is the guy alive? Is the guy dead? Is he a zombie? I've not a fucking clue. He doesn't really tell you.
Barefoot,
and then
backwoods.
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, and then like it sets the scene of like these people trying to pull an axe out of a stump, out of a tree stump, and no one can do it. So that's setting up that it's showing you this guy's got like superhuman strength because he comes back for the axe, takes it straight out the stump. So you know what you're getting in for. To be fair, the transfer looks really good, and it is loads of fun. We just went with another film for. I won't tell you what it is in case anybody of the things watching, and we haven't actually announced what the film's going to be yet. But this was a contender at one point, and it is heaps of fun. It is really, really good fun. But if you want a film that's got structure and storyline and plot and character building, this is not the film. You ain't going to find that in here in any way, shape, or form. But what you will find is buckets and buckets of fun. It's light-hearted enough, even though it's a little bit brutal in places. It's not over the top. I mean, it's classed as an 18 on here, but to be fair, it should have only been a 15. You know what I mean? It's not,
UK 18.
Yeah. It's not as brutal as some films you'll watch. It's good. You know what I mean? The characters in it make loads of stupid fucking decisions, like really stupid decisions. There's a couple of really good kills in it. To be fair, for when this was made, he's not got. I don't think he's wearing prosthetics, is it? It's definitely a mask.
It's a nose. I think he's wearing a prosthetic. This is a dead pit question. I never watched the special features. I have the Vinegar Syndrome.
I know Wes is massively into it, innit?
Yeah, I think he's wearing like a nose and ears and stuff. I think.
Right, because there's one particular shot where you get a full face of him in frame with the right kind of light on it, and you can tell it's a dude in either makeup or a mask.
Yeah.
But at one point, it really looks like a mask, like the eyes not cut sort of right. And I don't imagine back in the VHS days, you'd have never seen that. You know what I mean? But when they start upscaling shit like this, it fucking, you know what I mean? You can see it from the surface of the moon. But it's really good. If you're going to be, you guys in the US have got the Vinegar Syndrome, we've got the Arrow version here. I would imagine it's pretty much the same special features up back. There's loads on it, and the special features are really good. We've been through most of them, and it is like I say, it is bags of fun.
The Vinegar Syndrome release has a Dead Pit interview on it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's on that.
It's not on the Arrow one though. But yeah, it's you know what I mean. It is what it is, and like I say, a friend of mine hadn't seen it at all, so we watched it. Yeah, it's fun. You know what I mean. It's one of those you can have on in the background. You can come back to it. You've not missed anything. You're just basically waiting for the kills because there is no really other storyline to it. It's
generic 80s slasher. I think it's good. I don't know why people have the big nostalgia for it. Just watch Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th if you want that, but it's a good alternative.
It is a good alternative, and like I say, it's fun in buckets, but there's nothing to it. You know what I mean? Nothing to it at all. It starts, it's got a middle, it's got an end. It goes somewhere. You know what I mean? It doesn't take you up sort of like one place down into another. The story's not high, the story's not low. You couldn't give a fuck about any of the characters in it because there's no real backstory to anybody. But it's really fun because you're just waiting for the kills. I mean, the one where he strangles the guy in the tree is pretty cool. Where he
I think that's the best.
Sort of hangs him.
The rope.
Yeah.
He uses the rope. But that's, they're cannon fodder. They're the best. All the cast members are just there to be slaughtered.
Yeah. Head in the engine bay of the truck and all that kind of stuff. And it's bags of fun. You know what I mean? But so the last one we watched was Madman.
Good for this time of year, especially.
Yeah, brilliant.
All right, so enough of that classless shit. Class of the stream here, 1974, Blood for Dracula.
Yay, Blood for Dracula.
With Udo Kier. I don't know what this is.
No.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but this is a very entertaining movie.
Yeah.
Pierce character is Dracula, of course, and he's leaving the horrors of Romania for the virgins of Italy. He can only survive on virgin blood,
Yeah.
and everybody in Romania is, in his words, they're all whores, and he wants to go to Italy because they're good Catholic virgins, which in reality, like, that makes no sense. Everything about it, none of it makes sense. Because Romania, they're very religious and very demure. In Italy, they're all whores. It was weird. The whole thing's weird. Udo Kier is playing it 10,000%. Like it is.
Oh yeah, it's completely over the top.
He's in it like it's the biggest movie ever, and he's great in everything. I love Udo Kier. It's like a sexploitation type thing, but I don't think he knew that. He's not in any of those scenes. He's playing it like it's, he gets to play. That's the way he looks at it. And it's very interesting. He goes to this Italian castle with all these daughters who are supposed to all be virgins, and they're there, and they seem to be all French actresses playing Italian. Again, weird. And the Italian handyman man, who's the stable boy, the whole thing, is just a guy from New York, like an Italian Guido from Staten Island. That they're like, well, he's Italian, let him play Italian kind of thing. An American guy. It's everything about it's ridiculous. The gore is insane. Udo Kier, every time he tries to feed on one of these girls, he becomes violently ill, which of course is incredible. 1974. This is written and directed by Paul Morrissey and produced by Andy Warhol.
Yeah,
so you know exactly what you're in for. It is sleazy. It is strange. It's bizarre. Again, Udo Kier is incredible as Count Dracula. That alone is worth the purchase. This is a digipack, as you know I hate, from Severin. There is a standard edition Blu-ray that I would recommend over this. The movie is not great by any means, but wildly entertaining. It's bizarre. It's everything that you would want in an Udo Kier performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them that special features states comes with poster, 4 art cards, and 2 tabs of acid.
Yeah.
It's fucking bonkers. Was also on the Video Nasties ban list as well.
I can see why. It's I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it. It's hard to get into this movie. When you watch it, it's like everybody else is kind of very sedated, and then Udo Kier will come on the screen and go,
"Yeah, flamboyant as fuck.
Bring me my crypt." Or he wants to be put back into the box, so he doesn't have to suffer through the pain. And his little helper's like, no, we'll be in London or we'll be in Italy soon. You'll be able to feed and this and that. It's just he's like an emo Dracula, but he gets very upset very easily. If you're abroad, especially if your chick's kind of gothic and weird, she will love this. So you get this for your brother.
Yeah, he screams it. Yeah,
it's definitely it's chick centric in my opinion. I don't think that's what they were going for, but that's what it came out to be.
That's what it got. Yeah.
You got Paul Morrissey and Andy Warhol, and they're like these beta guys, and they made a beta movie. But it is very entertaining, and the American, everybody is like. One thing I did notice about this is everybody's like, we want to try to understand this man, and they want to try to make like accommodations for him, and the American's like, fuck that, and just grabs an axe. You shut up, bitches. He just goes and takes care of it. And Dracula is not tough at all. He's this big pussy. I don't know, dude. I had a blast with this. I rarely audibly laugh at anything. I'm the guy that'll watch a stand-up and go, "Oh, that's funny," but this,
yes,
at some points, it is ridiculous. It's a lot of fun. I'm overselling it like it's the greatest movie ever. It's not. It's a piece of shit. But yeah, if you can get this cheap, you don't need this big crazy set. The Blu-ray is perfectly fine of this. Severin has it. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a good time, it's something you could throw on your broad and she'll be entertained too, because the emo shit.
I'm trying to think. Put it out over. I think did 88 Films put it out. Somebody put it out over here. I can't think who it was.
I'm sure there's multiple releases of it, but it's a kind of a typical Severin, type movie. Sleazy as hell, and a lot of unneeded stuff in it. It could have been a lot shorter, but it's all building to something. When you're watching it, you're just going, "What the fuck?" And then the ending is great. That's what you're building.
Yeah. I can't remember what the reason was that it got banned. There's like I've got something here. There's like a mutilation scene in it. I think that's what it got banned for.
Maybe that mutilation scene. Maybe.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Well,
the American uses that axe really well. It's like a Guido from Staten Island. I don't know why they like. They could have got he's playing an Italian man. That's not. It's just fun. It's a fun movie. Chris C. Madman was great. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Chris C. Hot tub scene. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Culture Trainee. Have you seen Den of Thieves? You mean Den of Thieves with Gerard Butler and 50 Cent? I have seen that. I didn't like it at all.
I've not seen that.
But yeah, that's it. That's the stream. We run through the last 5 we watched. Anthony, what do you got coming up video wise?
I've got some stuff that's been edited at the moment. Some stuff that's coming into the collection. I've also in the editing of the HMV stuff that I've just filmed. So there'll be a lot of HMV content popping up soon because I got invited to go to HMV and film a lot of stuff, which I did. And then in return of that, they want me to feed back content to them that they can use on the TikTok page. So you'll be seeing me pop up on TikTok for HMV now, which seems a bit surreal, but there we go. What else have I got coming up? Oh, I am live streaming from a Comic-Con on Saturday. So from 11 o'clock a.m. Saturday morning, UK time, I will be live streaming from a Comic-Con that's happening in Wigan till about 5 o'clock, I think. So I'll be going around the con. I'll be chatting with some people I know. I'll be going looking at some vendors. I'll be looking at some cosplay. We'll be going and getting some stuff signed. Yeah, so that should be quite cool. That's something a bit different for this channel. And I've got something in the pipeline currently that's got to be like a monthly stream with another British guy that we're looking to do on a Friday evening, like UK time.
That's gonna be
so. Yeah, it's going to be weird.
You can't get two. It's like Gremlins. You can't get two of you together. It'd be unwatchable.
Yeah, it's going to be weird, like streaming at like 6 o'clock on a Friday evening. You know what I mean? It's or doing it with other Brit. And like I say, I've looked for British guys to stream with before, and it never seems to happen. I never seem to find the right kind of people. I don't know why that is. I don't know why I've got more in common with you guys in the US than what I have with the guys in Britain. I don't know what it is, but
they only made one of you. Thank God.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got bits and bats coming up next few weeks, mate. The reason I'd not been putting much stuff out was because of the stuff I'd done at HMV and the stuff that we're doing, obviously, for the Wigan Cult Film Club nights. We was getting them promoted. I've had a load of stuff printed for it. So I've been chasing around doing stuff for that as well, getting the venue sorted. But I'm back up and on it now, so we've got more content coming to the channel. And as of this morning, I think I am 30 subscribers away from 1,000. So I'm hoping by Christmas, I should have got the 30 in, and I should be at 1,000, which would be brilliant.
Anybody watching this, go over and hit the subscribe button.
Get subscribing. Yeah, no, I'd love to. If you like the content, if you like the weird sort of off the beaten track kind of stuff that I'm into, then dropping over to the channel. If you're into 80s cartoons, 80s films, TV shows, that kind of stuff, then come have a look at the channel, and you might find something on there you like. And if you do, consider giving us a little subscribe, because, like I say, I'm 30 away from 1,000. So
yeah, Saturday I'm going to be on Alan's channel, Pops Movie Dungeons channel, for the top 5 Nick Cage movies.
That'll be really good.
That'll be crazy. A lot of fun to get ready for that one. Soon, the next WTF, we're going to postpone Bug and wait for Ryan. The next WTF we're going to do is Possession.
Possession, brilliant.
It'll be me, Alan, Anthony, Sean Blue Digital. I'll talk to Johnny, see if he wants to do it. I'll talk to Brian, see if they want to do it. But this is a really strange Sam Neill movie.
Yeah,
Sam
Neill's great in it.
I don't know if we'll be able to explain it, frankly, because it is bizarre. But that'll be a good one. I don't know if that'll be Monday or not, or it'll be the following Monday, or sometime soon. We're going to do Possession. I've got another solo top 5, the Bigfoot movie top 5 coming
Cool.
very soon. I've got some other solo top 5s, some stuff on Alan's channel, more The Last 5 stuff, hauls, all the same shit you always see. I got a giveaway coming up at 500 subscribers.
Nice.
It's 3 titles, first, second, third place. I'm gonna, at 300 subscribers, I'm gonna announce the 3rd place title, which I've already got in. It's up there, but the first prize is the Roadhouse limited edition VSU sealed.
Ooh, very nice.
Not a print that goes for over $100. So as soon as I hit 500, I'll give away all 3. But I'll announce the next one at 300 and the next one at 400.
Yeah.
Second place, I'll announce it at 400. I just don't want people rushing in and subscribing just for the fucking getaway.
Just fit Roadhouse box at you.
Yeah, I just, and you're going to have to prove that you're subscribed and all that stuff. So for anybody watching that wants to get ready for the competition, you go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, because you're going to have to. It's not going to be easy to confirm the prize.
Yep.
Well, and if I think you're bullshitting, believe me when I tell you, the world is not fair. I will just not give it to you and give it to the second guy. So if I think it's Ken from Mid-Level Media who should not be entering in any giveaways, I will not give it to you. If I think you're Jeff Films at Home, I will not give it to you. So it has to be, somebody that actually is going to put the stuff to use, or, it's like, even if, like, let's say Tony won it, Basement Blues, which, great, Tony, go ahead. He would probably give it away again. So,
yes.
He would probably do another giveaway with it. So, like I said, anybody that's just, like I said, you're going to have to prove that you've liked the video, you've subscribed.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way to do it.
You're going to have to prove that to be entered. And the way I've got it set up, maybe only 5 people enter. So it'll be interesting. But
nice.
That's the big thing coming up. But other than that, stay tuned for more WTF bullshit. And I will run off the chat and chat. We're caught up. Tony, thanks for coming on. And
always a pleasure, mate. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you guys next time.